You recently bought a stake in Twitter, is that correct?
I just bought some shares.
Why? Why now?
I mean, I'm a big fan of artificial intelligence, and I think they're making some good moves. I mean, you see the evolution of the interface on both apps and the web, and I think they're going in the right direction.
Should Twitter kick Trump off the platform?
Nah, you can't do that.
Why not?
You know what? We're in a situation right now where politics is so tribal and our lives are so tribal that in that realm of people who really focus on politics, when you try to make a dramatic move, you increase the amount of tribalism, right? So if you kick him off, all the Trump fans are going to go bananas, and that doesn't do any good for anybody. And he just goes to Facebook, and then you just have the same thing, or he just posted on a website, or there's 1,000 ways to post digitally, and Twitter happens to be the only one he knows how to use, but I'm sure even he can learn how to use Facebook or something else.
Twitter, Facebook, now Google via Gmail and YouTube are in the crosshairs of this Russia investigation, the spread of fake news and misinformation. What is their responsibility?
Well, it's interesting because for broadcast television, if you broadcast an ad that said, you swallow this penny and it'll cure every illness, right? You wouldn't be allowed to broadcast it. There are rules that prevent you from doing it. I think the same rules should apply to digital marketing and digital ads. You can't knowingly accept, take money from, or broadcast false advertising.
Yeah.
And the same should apply to Facebook and Twitter.
That's advertising, what about content?
Well, I mean, content, look, it's not content if you're trying to promote a specific agenda, right? It's marketing, and there's a big difference. Content can be fact, content can be opinion, but state its opinion, right? Or it's fact-based, state its reporting and have a reporter assigned to it. Otherwise, it's not, and particularly what we're seeing coming out when they're using retargeting, that's advertising. When you're in this particular case, they're posting it through the ad platform. If you're posting it through the ad platform, it can't be fake news. It's a misleading advertisement, and it's the responsibility of Facebook and Twitter to recognize this is an advertising platform. We can't allow fake ads to be hosted on our platform.
Last question.
Sure.
You've told Bloomberg you're considering getting into Bitcoin. Have you done so yet? And what do you think of people like Jamie Dimon saying it's a fraud?
It's interesting because I think there's a lot of assets that are just their values based off supply and demand. Most stocks, there's no intrinsic value because you have no true ownership rights, no voting rights. You just have the ability to buy and sell those stocks. They're like baseball cards. And I think Bitcoin's the same thing. Its value is a function of supply and demand. It doesn't really do anything else. I have bought some. I bought it through an ETN based on a Swedish exchange because that gave me liquidity.
Pure Bitcoin?
Pure Bitcoin, yeah. And I'm also involved with ICOs, actually token sales, because I think blockchain is a great platform for future applications. There will, just like the net and streaming created multiple great companies, I think blockchain will as well. I'm involved in something called Mercury Protocol, just to disclose that I think is going to change the messaging, it'll change messaging using blockchain.
How big is your stake in Bitcoin?
In Bitcoin, relatively small.